These are the top 6 things we talk about people with 5 years from retirement. There's a post, there's a series.
No. Those are 6 different deep posts.
We don't ever talk about views or things like that on social media, like
Okay.
those metrics. Like we talk about DMs and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, like as a benchmarking, like we don't ever talk about that in those meetings. These are the posts that have the most reach. These are the posts that have the most DMs, or these are the posts, these are the topics, or that kind of stuff. Like I'm still fascinated with all the connections. I would love to see the correlation between his connection and his views, kind of thing. And is it just that they're all fake people?
No, they're not fake. He built it wrong.
So he's got the wrong people. They're not engaging. They're not looking at his stuff. They're not.
They might be engaging. He built it in the pod era. You like me, I'll like you. And he went far and wide. He was doing this thing in COVID like batshit crazy. India, South America, South Africa, Canada, the UK, United States, wherever
Whoever's got an account, I'll connect.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't help him, it doesn't help him to that level at all.
I would argue it's a detriment to you because I think it spreads your message to the wrong audience.
So at what stage do you start over? Or prune?
You don't prune, you just refocus.
And they just fall out of the loop because they're not paying attention?
Well, you stop playing to the general pop and you start playing to the narrow demo, and they stop being interested, and then eventually the algo will stop showing it to them and you'll get more narrow.
Is talking solely about retirement not focused enough?
Correct.
So give me an example that if you were me, what's the demographic you would focus on?
I don't know. I would ask you that. Who do you want to talk? No. You're asking the wrong question. What would the message be is the question for me. The question for you is, who do you want as a client?
I want people 5 years from retirement.
Good. What are their challenges?
Can I do it?
Good.
How am I going to get health care?
2.
When should I take Social Security?
3. Do I have enough? 4.
Yeah. What do I do with my pension options?
5.
What happens to my spouse if something happens to me?
6.
These are the top 6 things we talk about people with 5 years from retirement. There's a post, there's a series.
No. Those are 6 different deep posts.
Okay. But if we focus on people 5 years from retirement, that's who we focus on. That's specific enough.
No. Specific enough are the 6 topics you listed.
Okay. If you're 5 years from retirement, here's what you need to be thinking about health insurance.
Correct.
5 years from retirement, here's what you need to be thinking about your Social Security options.
Have you considered this? Yes, all of that stuff. Now, what you do with that then is be prepared that it might not receive the engagement that the high level retirement topic will get because it doesn't appeal to as many people.
And this should be what? Half my content? 100% of my content?
That depends on what you want to do. If you want to get real narrow and real focused and go deep with that audience, then it should be all you talk about. But you have to be understanding, willing, and accepting that your reach and numbers will drop, because John Smith, who's 42 and is a surgeon, doesn't give a shit because he's not 5 years from retirement. But you can also expand that. You don't always have to talk to people 5 years from retirement. You could say, are you in your prime earning years, 45 to 55? Here's what I would focus on. Okay, now you've opened yourself up again a little bit. The problem with retirement as a topic is it is so fucking broad. Like when we get our first job, we talk about retirement because we open a 401k. And then so that lasts from 22 to 65. Yeah.
Now, what do you think about this month? I'm going to talk about five years from retirement and these different issues.
Explain to me your rationale there. Why this month?
Because I got a focus theme. It contains my ADD. I mean, come on. You've sat on the call with me long enough. We could talk about 5 million different things.
Yeah, you do this shit. It's like it must drive your wife crazy because at the last 10 minutes of every call I have with you, you bring up the really deep stuff that we need an hour to talk about.